Okay, little dude. Nothing to worry about. Everything is going to be okay.
You sure about that, Captain? You promise everything's going to be okay? You kids and cars are a bad mix, and we've been down this road before. You sure you want to do it again?
Haven't seen you in a while. What do you want?
Well, you see, the funny thing about me is the more you ignore me, the more I tend to collect all your crap, like a lint trap. All the shattered pieces you leave behind, all the dirty little secrets, and then eventually the crap overwhelms and there's a systems breakdown, and then guess what? You end up talking to yourself.
Yeah, whatever. Look, I don't have time right now for any soul searching, so beat it. I got a sick kid here.
What was Lucky thinking putting you in charge?
He told me there wasn't even time to call an ambulance.
Well, he doesn't see you the way I do. You're looking a little shaky, Captain. When was the last time you had a drink?
Well, you ought to know.
Oh, you're talking about that bottle of booze that was on the bar. I saw you crack open the top, but I didn't see you after that because I turned away. I tend to do that sometimes. Actually, I do it a lot. You look pale, pal. And it's not just because you've got the life of a kid in your hands, product of your own biology. Man, talk about coming into life drawing the short genetic straw.
Oh, great. That's going to be my fault, too, now, huh? Whatever happens to this kid the rest of his life?
However long or brief that may be. The good news is you've already passed the point on the road where you hit Jake. Of course, that was pretty close to the house. But it is, nevertheless, behind us, so to speak. So, you do get points for that. So, let me give you some points here. And ask, do you want to play another hand, or do you want to cash in? There's still time to turn around and go back. I don't know about the kid, though. Something nagging at the back of your brain? Something you're forgetting? What are you doing? Searching for something to drown you out. Something like blues. You know, this is not exactly a pleasure trip. Do you think it's a good idea to be splitting your concentration like that? Your reflexes aren't what they used to be, and your mind right now is not exactly a razor-sharp tool. We need all hands on deck here, Captain.
The only thing splitting my concentration is you.
Oh, wait. I think something is starting to come through the murky recesses. You're starting to remember something? What is it? Could it be that you have forgotten something really important? You know, you have sacrificed about a colony of brain cells to John Barleycorn, so if you search the ones that are left, what is it that you're going to find? Think about it. Think. Sounds like... Here, let me give you a hint. It's an anniversary. It was a very special day that changed everything. And... a tick, 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 tick. Sorry, time's up. Thank you for playing. By the way, it hasn't been a year since you hit Jake, so that was not it.
You think I don't know that?
Although I can certainly understand why that would be on your mind right now. Your mind is quite a muddle there, Captain, and I understand why. All those blackouts, all those days spent in self-loathing, all that time you alternated between the bottle and the pleasures of the lovely Lupe, trying desperately to blot out all the ugly memories. Wait. Yes, I see something wading through the muck and the mire. That's it. You remember.
It's my wedding anniversary. Weddings, anniversaries, both of them. Bullseye. Give the man a Cupid doll. Don't feel too badly about having forgotten, Captain. You've got a lot on your plate right now. Maybe Laura forgot. She'd never forget, but she'd forgive. She always did. Of course, she doesn't know everything. Lucky was wise, given the fragile state of her recovery, not to tell her that you had killed Jake. Anybody on the road that night could have hit Jake. So you keep telling me, telling yourself, telling everybody. But it was you, Captain. It was me. It was not the booze. Wrong time, wrong place. So why are we off the sauce? I'm making a point to the intervention lynch mob. The cult of 12 steps. You're scrambling to remember those steps now, aren't you? Not that you ever intended to make the climb, but Lucky spouted them like it was his job. So, you read them, you studied them. You tried to understand him. You were hoping that they'd give you a basis, a vocabulary to start over with him. So, step number 1. Come on, you can do it. Think. Sounds like? Admit you are powerless over your addiction and that your life has become unmanageable. No more calls, we have a winner! Congratulations. And what do we have for our champion behind door number 2, Dolores? We have a spanking brand new grandchild. Hey, keep your eye on the road. You're making me nervous. So, do we see these 12 steps as a weakness? Oh, just stay with the job at hand, please. It's all that talk about God, isn't it? Those references to a higher being, which means religion. That's part of it. That's something to be ridiculed. How many people have been slaughtered, caged, or conned in the name of somebody's higher power? Well, you'll get no argument from me. Good. Then just leave superstition and the sky gods out of there. Great! That was invigorating. Let's see. Those 12 steps. Is there anything in there we can use? Let me just check them out here. Well, you know, step 8 is a beaut. It's a classic, really. Make a list of persons you've harmed and be willing to make amends to them. Oh, God, that'd be a hell of a list. You think you even have time left on this planet to make up to all the people you've hurt? There would only be one name on the first page, and that would be Jake. Nothing can ever make up for him. Taking his future away, that will never be right. Never. Yeah. What about the rest of the list? I made an effort with those who count. Credit where credit is due. You did make an effort with the most aggrieved bunch. Lucky, Ethan, Lulu, Tracy. But the way you went about it, inspired. Lame. Dangling conflict diamonds in front of Ethan, promising him a big father-son con job to make up for splitting on them all after the intervention. They duct taped me to a chair. I do not react well to the public pillory. And then telling them all that you were going to go to rehab when you knew damn well that that was a lie, and just skipping out on them. I came back, and that diamond thing could have been a big score for Dodge. And what about Tracy? You're divorced, Tracy? Or did you? I mean, really? I'm confused. I must have looked away. I've missed a lot of your life. How much have you missed? It's the thought that counts. What, Lucky putting his kid's life in my hands? No, that was an act of desperation. You showing up at the door with the AA schedule. It was a gesture. A nod to his way of handling his problem. His addiction. Courtesy of you. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I dried out. I sat through those meetings. Yeah, for how long? Long enough. You went for 2 weeks. That was enough. How many druggies and drunks sit through that and go full in and then relapse? If Lucky bailed on his program, would that be some kind of vindication for you? Of course not. I wouldn't want Lucky to fail at anything he wanted to do. But I refuse to be a hypocrite. I refuse to pretend that I'm sick when I'm not. What good does that do anybody? Fair enough. Ooh, 9's another beaut. Make direct amends to people whenever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. I don't think Lucky needs to make amends to anybody. Do you, Captain?
Hell no. Lucky's a fine man. I'm very proud of him.
Step 12, spiritual awakening.
Is that supposed to be you?
11, sought to improve contact with God through prayer and meditation. I don't think so.
There is no man behind the curtain. It's all random.
In our cosmos, it certainly is.
Whoa! What was that, a pothole? A 4-year-old? Don't get reckless now, we've still got a baby in the back. Are you lucid? In control?
Will you just calm down? I'm tense enough without your hysterics. What purpose do you serve anyway?
You know.
Riddles.
No truth. Painful truth. I'm just here to hold up the mirror. And I've been doing it for a long time, and boy, is my arm tired. You have so many faces in the mirror, Captain. Good husband, bad husband, great loving father, heartless, absentee dad, rapist, lover, killer, con, romantic, judge, jury, executioner.
All right, that's enough.
What are we gonna do? We're both worn out from all the changes you put yourself through. Your kids think that you are the greatest father in the world, and then when they grow up, you abandon them. People think you're a drunk, so you sober up just to make them wrong. And when they're still not happy because you don't do it the way they wanted you to do it, you punish them. You push them further away. You could start a fight in an empty room. You're a perpetual spinning top, Captain. And we're all getting dizzy. Sick even. Look what happened to Laura.
Oh, you're gonna blame me for that? You can't do that. That's a mental illness. What are you gonna blame me for next? Global warming? The national debt? Tramp stamps? Silicone implants?
Hey, is this kid okay?
I don't know. Keep an eye on him.
You're no doctor. You don't know what you're doing.
I'm doing what Lucky asked me to do.
Well, he must have been desperate or high to put you in charge of this. Why did you even pick up the phone?
Well, now what are you saying? That I shouldn't have picked up the phone? I should have just ignored my son?
Well, you've ignored your daughter.
I was doing her a favor by staying away from her. I didn't know she'd be at Elizabeth's when I went over there.
Why did you even go there?
Because the kid is my grandson, my flesh and blood.
Well, keep your eyes on the road. We can't afford to have the blood of another innocent child on our hands. What are you doing?
I'm just trying to stay calm by having a harmless conversation to pass the time.
Okay. Let's have a conversation about how you pass the time. The love of your life ended up in the funny farm. Your current wife and your children have washed their hands of you. They're trying to wash their hands of you.
Lucky called me.
You know, he's lost his wife and his child. He's choking with guilt and grief. He's not exactly in his best decision-making mind. And now that you are lost in the frickin' wilderness with one dead child on your conscience, you're gonna go for another one? Lucky's biological child? Your grandchild? Watch it! What the hell are you thinking about? Huh? You thinking about the 12 steps? The 10 commandments? The bottle you left on the bar? Shut up! I saw you crack the bottle's cap. I saw you, and then I turned away, as I sometimes do. What did you do? Did you take a sniff? Did you stick a finger in? Did you drink the whole bottle? Is there an empty bottle laying on the floor? Did you drink so much you don't remember? Shut up! You think you can fix everything, don't you, Captain? You think no matter how many mistakes you make, no matter how much chaos you cause, you can always fix it. Well, guess what? You can't!
Excuse me. My dad was watching my nephew, and we think something might have happened, and he brought him here.
Okay, your father's name? No. It's the boy we think has a problem.
My nephew's name is Aiden Spencer.
I'm sorry. No record of him coming in. Where's the boy?
Where's Aiden? What did you do?